Greetings, sports fans nationwide. You have entered the Sports Opinion Log here in Lex Anderson World. And last night, my and your LA Lakers taking on the Denver Nuggets down by 12 at halftime to start the second half, which is where games are won. The Lakers crushed the Denver Nuggets, dropping 37 points to their 17, including a 15-0 run as the Lakers turn the table and invert the numbers, blowing them out by 21 points. Final score 114-93, and we are all witnesses to royalty. The king, the GOAT, LeBron James, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, his 96 career triple-double, his second of the season. He takes down Wilt Chamberlain for career field goals made, 8 triple-doubles after turning 35 years old, tied with Jason Kidd for the most in NBA history. Oh, he also dropped his 800th 25-point game, most in NBA history. Like I've said before and will continue to say, we are all witnesses to the greatness of LeBron James. However, the focus is on what he said post-game in regards to the All-Star game and how he's not feeling it, no energy, doesn't want to be a part of it, which, of course, I will give him a pass due to the NBA season turnaround after leading my and your LA Lakers to the mountaintop. Championships, NBA defending champions. So if LeBron wants to sit this one out, that's fine by me. But he says that if the fans keep voting, right now, him and Durant's number 1, he's number 2. He says if voted, he will still show up. I would prefer he gets the rest. Or again, don't play in any non-televised games. Get your rest. Of course, the Lakers now improved to 5-4 at home. But back to the game. Murray, 20 points. The Joker, only 13 points and 10 rebounds. And wasn't he on a tear? Wasn't there fake MVP talk about the Joker? Yeah. Once again, bright lights were activated. National stage was set. And what will you be remembered for, Joker? For doing nothing. And again, history was made by the king, the chosen one, LeBron James. But here's a quick did you knows. In this 21-point victory by the Lakers, it was their biggest in franchise history after trailing by double digits at halftime, surpassing the 20-point win that they had at Phoenix in Christmas in 1968. That is historic. And again, speaking of historic, the king, LeBron James, surpasses Wilt Chamberlain, third place with career field goals made. LeBron James, 12,682. All that we have left is number 1, of course, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 15,837. And the mailman Karl Malone at 13,528. So let me do a quick recap on the other games we had last night. So the Utah Jazz trounced over the Atlanta Hawks. Final score 112-91. Jordan Clarkson, 5 made 3-pointers on the night, dropping 23 points. And unfortunately, I thought that the Hawks would be something this season. Unfortunately, they fall to 10-12. And they have now lost 3 consecutive games and 4 of their last 5. That's definitely no good. But you know what else was no good? Last night, prime time, Golden State Warriors blow out, annihilate the Dallas Mavericks. Kelly Oubre, 40 points. Final score, 147-116. I mean, career high, by the way, for Kelly Oubre Jr., Curry with 28, and even Draymond Green decided to drop some points. 11 points, season high, 15 assists. He was definitely facilitating the game last night. I ain't going front. I got to give him props where props is due. He definitely made it happen. And what's even more hilarious is that the Warriors only had 9 players suiting up for this game. No one taller than 6'7". And the Mavericks still got manhandled, which just leads to what I, the Prophet, have decreed. Porzingis, Luka Doncic, it's not going to work. Luka needs to find his way out of Dallas ASAP. I don't care how much Mark Cuban wants to pay him. It's not worth the hassle, sports fans. And now, all of a sudden, there's talks. The Golden State Warriors in playoff contention. I'm all for it. The Warriors are definitely a threat to make noise in the playoffs, except unless they come across the Lakers, because that's not going to happen. Luka Doncic, 27 points, and Porzingis had 25 in the loss. And speaking of losses, the mother of all losses, again, fake-ass chatter by the ignorant masses and the sheeple. Joel Embiid for MVP. Really? Joel Embiid for MVP, even though the Portland Trailblazers also key players out with injury. No Dame time, no CJ McCollum, no Yusuf Nurkic, and a couple of other players. Again, only 9 players. And what happens? Embiid drops 25 points in the second quarter, but they still get blown out by the Portland Trailblazers. Final score 121-105. Embiid, 37 points. Tobias Harris, only a measly 12 points and 11 boards. I'm going to put this loss squarely on the shoulders of Tobias Harris. This dude is trash. The Sixers should have never given him that 5-year, $180 million contract. This clown-ass Negro is averaging $36 million a season. A season. And you lose to an undermanned Portland Trailblazers team. Gary Trent Jr., 24 points. Enes Kanter, 17 points, 18 rebounds. Carmelo Anthony, 22 points. How is old-ass Carmelo Anthony dropping more points than Tobias Harris? I can tell you how and why. Because Tobias Harris ain't shit. He's garbage. And last but not least, Houston Rockets over the Memphis Grizzlies. Final score 115-103. However, unfortunately, the young man who I was hyping up in my earlier videos, Christian Wood, injured his ankle, fell to the floor, couldn't even take his free throws. The Rockets are concerned that he might be out for a lengthy period of time, and that's really too bad because they really had it rocking and rolling. Oladipo also didn't play yesterday, so no Oladipo. Christian Wood's going to be out for who knows how long. So much for that big 3 that I thought that the Houston Rockets were going to have going on, but looks like that will not be the case. Tonight we do have an NBA doubleheader. Toronto Raptors taking on the Brooklyn Nets, and the night game will be the Boston Celtics taking on the Clippers. And as much as I hate both teams, it will now and forever always be fuck Boston. So hopefully Kawhi and PG-13 can do their thing and hand the Boston Celtics the loss that I need for them to take tonight. And speaking of losses to take, payback will be coming for the Detroit Pistons tomorrow when my and your LA Lakers on a 5-game homestand coming off the 7-game road trip will be hosting them tomorrow in the Staples Center. And of course, you know, you don't even have to be the prophet to decree that the Lakers will be getting that victory. Until next time, sports fans nationwide, Lex Anderson signing out.